Hello, it's Andrew at Unlimited Singing Bowls and Gongs Unlimited, and we have a new kind of set from Meinl, the German percussion manufacturer. It's a Solfeggio set. They've done the tunings to the Solfeggio set. You can be clear, these are not pentacles or pentagrams, or just they came up with the design for their numbers, and that's all fine. What I'm more interested about today is the energy behind these bowls. We're going to do a little guided meditation with this set. So if you can, please take a moment and just find a place to sit comfortably. Better to kind of sit up than lay down on your bed, but if you want to, you can lay down on your bed too. I always say, if you're performing surgery right now, you probably don't want to be, you want to probably wait to do this till after you're done with the patient. Yeah, we have a lot of surgeons that listen to these. Pretty. So today we're going to work on cleaning out our fourth chakra of just a layer of where perhaps you don't feel good about yourself. And I know everyone's walking around trying to be an influencer, telling us how great they all feel. But underneath all that big splash of ego, there's usually some pain you're trying to work on. Or maybe you're just, I desperately would like to feel good about myself, but I always feel so bad about myself. And we're going to do cleaning out one layer in our fourth chakra. That's the one, the heart chakra, sometimes people call it. It's 1, 2, 3, the fourth, and then you shift into the upper chakras, 5, 6, 7 in the body. And we're going to kind of clean out maybe where you picked something up growing up, maybe from your family, or maybe you picked it up from a relationship, or when you were a kid, a teacher or someone you looked up to maybe said something that was not the most encouraging to you, and you held on to it. Now some people, and you might want to close your eyes while I'm talking, and for a second notice your breath, your body. Yeah, close your eyes and notice your breath and your body. Some people will be, and I was wondering, like someone tells you like, you're unworthy, you're a piece of poop, you can't do this, and you'll be like, I'll show you, I'm gonna fight that. But you got so stuck in it, you've been carrying it around. So for maybe 20 years, you've been trying to prove something to someone who said, you know, you'll never be a pretty parrot. And you're like, I'll show you, I'm going to become a pretty parrot. Or you'll never make a lot of money, and all you do is try to do it. But there's a pain in there. You're not doing it with a connection. You're trying to override or overcome that invalidation. You're trying to overcome that pain that you held on to. Now, if we were all perfect beings, someone could say something to that like us and it wouldn't stick. And a lot of times, things don't stick. Maybe it's someone you don't care about, like, oh, well, this buffoon, I was doing a rap battle and this buffoon said my mom was so fat she sat around the house or whatever. You're like, I don't take that seriously, but maybe you were someone you really looked up to said, you have stinky feet. And so you spent 20 years perfuming your feet. And of course, these are all silly little things. You know what it might be for you. I'm not trying to, but it could be something like, you just don't have what it takes, or you'll never be as good as your mother, or you'll, and it doesn't even have to be someone in the body. It could have happened, a spirit traveling by. So I'm just talking about these things to get them charged up in you. So I want you just to breathe and don't fight the pain you might be feeling in your fourth chakra. There's pain. Don't fight it. Just acknowledge it. Just become aware of it. You don't have to go in there into your fourth chakra, like, oh, I'm going to go in there and fix it right now because he's born. No, just acknowledge it. Stay your eyes. Stay calm and breathing. Because you know what? Whenever this occurred, it didn't happen anymore. It happened a long time ago. The energy's in there, but you're not fighting it still. What I want you to do is start to let the sound, the healing vibration of the sound, and there's going to be healing energies coming through the sound, through this video for you. Allow that to start to help you become aware of this pain. Now, maybe you see a person saying it. Maybe you just feel it. Maybe you get a sense of the color. It's all okay. There's no right way to become aware of it. It's just say, hey. And the first thing I want you to do is kind of notice when it happened. Did it happen a few days after you were born, this invalidation? Did it happen when you were 14 and trying out for a sports team at high school? Did it happen on a date? Did it happen from a step-parent or a teacher? Just notice how old you were. Maybe you can feel or hear the event. And then say hello to yourself at that age. How old are you? Were you 12? 14? And say hello to your 12-year-old, 14-year-old self, your 22-year-old self, your 36-year-old self, your 3-week-old self. Say hello to it and say, that time has passed. We're not there anymore. You don't have to be frozen. And let this healing energy go to it. And breathe. If you're feeling any pain in your fourth chakra or other places, just say hello to it. Don't resist it or fight it. And let this healing sound slide over this pain and start to loosen it up. Are you holding on to this pain? Are you holding on to this person, this event? Are you angry at them? Are you still trying to prove to them they're wrong? Or are you just becoming aware of it and had no idea you've been carrying it around? I can't believe that my 6th grade teacher told me I was no good in chemistry, and I've been holding it for 40 years. So why not forgive yourself and forgive them? I want you to allow this energy that's coming from the sound to help you create a beautiful gold ball, like shiny, brilliant gold ball of energy of forgiveness. And just imagine the sound is bringing that forgiveness into your fourth chakra. Forgive yourself. Forgive the other person or people. You don't have to do the most painful experience in your life. It could just be something simple. And let it just release out. Let the gold forgiveness help it flow. Now, maybe you notice it. Maybe what part of your fourth chakra? Does it feel like it's right in the center of your fourth chakra? Does it feel like it's in the left or the right side, on top of? I'm releasing some. It's kind of on my right side, towards the front. It's coming out. With some judgment, I always hear it as a voice of like, you're not good enough to teach or show people what to do. You're a flawed human being. Thank goodness. I mean, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't flawed. We're all flawed. We're all perfect too. So as I've been saying hello to that, I'm getting a little bit of amusement about it. This is the premise. You start to acknowledge something, you start to say hello to it, and it starts to release because you've seen it. You're not just the effect of it. You've heard it. You're not just the effect of it. That's a really good thing to become aware of. We're all increasing our awareness. That's why people are like, I'm increasing my awareness. I really need to see the aliens, or I need to become more aware of this or that. You're increasing your awareness. And as you do, you can release things. You're not fighting them anymore. Once I become aware of something, I can release it. So as this is coming out, I'm feeling it, the voice in my head. There's some energy still there that's coming out. It feels nice to release it. And then I feel this kind of, here's the next part, last part. I got that chunk of black-blue energy out of my fourth chakra, and hopefully you're releasing some dark colors too. Now there's an empty space. This always happens. People think, I released it, I'm done. Oh, it's out of me. Yes, you did. Congratulations. But it's a vacuum there. You got to refill it with a brighter light. And this is how we kind of finish the healing once it releases, is I want you to imagine the bright light of self-validation, whatever color it is for you. Blue, green, gold, orange. Don't bring in white, but purple, some color you like. And imagine it filling up that space like a brilliant, validating thing telling you you're a good job. Like, Cynthia, you're doing great. Or Siobhan, you're doing great. Joey Knuckles, you're doing great. And just let it start to fill in right there. So I'm feeling mine's starting to fill in with a kind of very bright sky blue with some purple bits in it. And it's just going, you're doing great. I can validate myself. And now, as you do that, I want you to allow the gold healing light that's going to come through this sound to also fill up your fourth chakra and get it spinning again. Get your fourth chakra. Chakra means spinning wheel, but they're not always spinning. So let's get them spinning again. So I'm going to shut up and let this beautiful sound go through and fill you up with some gold light. And then when the fourth chakra's full, let that bright light of validation go through and charge up all your other chakras and your nadis and your smaller chakras and your fingers. Just like there's not just 7 main ones, they're all over your body. They're energy centers where you plug in, where you bring your spiritual information into this body, through this body, the physical body. So let that bright light heal all your chakras now in the space of validation. If you hold up a piece of paper to the sky and you put little pinholes in it and the light starts to come through, imagine those are all your different chakras, big holes, small holes, and the light of you as a spirit and the light of the divine is coming through you and healing you. Till you become brighter and brighter and more validated. You don't have to walk around with this little bit of pain that was in you. Solfeggio. There, and just let it fill up all your body and your cells. You're retuning yourself. So it's the last thing I'd like you to imagine with your eyes closed is imagine there's a giant tuning fork inside of you, inside of your mind. your body and ask God to retune you to your next step, your current healthy vibration. If there's something you're working on, maybe ask for that tuning fork to be tuned to the healthier version of that. And then just let that tuning fork vibrate throughout all your mental, physical, emotional spaces. People talk about higher vibration. Well, having God tune you, that's pretty good high vibration. So thank you for letting us play with the Solfeggio's. Andrew at Gongs Limited Unlimited Sing Bowls. Thank you for spending some time with us here.